So first step, we're going to make sure everybody's got downloaded the app. See, I had a ladder to start with. That helped. Does everybody have the app installed, or at least started?
Yep.
Yep. Excellent.
I'm checking.
You're checking. And the Wi-Fi is in the corner, in case you hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
Cool. And the next piece of this, while it's downloading and so forth, I'll tell you the story of how all of this started. I was working in corporate America as a business analyst, and business analysts love data. Tons and tons of data. And in fact, we have a tornado of information. So you're going to see all sorts of numbers of all sorts of kinds. So CPA world, right? We get the nice little bar charts that come through. We get all the spreadsheets of doom that come through. And of course, we have any kind of PowerPoint you can imagine, and usually in many, many layers, right? So you get all this tornado of information, and you're sitting in a room like this, and you've got at least 20 pages of PowerPoint slides. Now, imagine your CEO looks at you and just his eyes start glazing over, and all of a sudden, he puts his hands up, and he shouts, "Stop!" That's just too much information, right? And then the next words I hear are, he just pauses for a moment. And then he says, "Draw me a picture." And I went, "What? Draw you a picture? I have all this data. I have all these wonderful facts and figures. I boiled it down from hundreds of pages to just 20. And he just went, "Meeting's over. Come back when you can draw me a picture." So I took those 20 slides of dense information and boiled it down into 2 whiteboards worth of information. And then I took a picture of them, made them each a slide, so he had 2 slides of just pictures. And of course, there was a stack of additional numbers to refer to, but it was all visual. And from that point on, I had to come up with everything being visual. And when I looked back, I went, oh my goodness, I can do this because I've got a background in graphic design, I've got a background in psychology, I can draw at least a little bit with stick figures, but what if you can't draw at all? What if you're not visual? How is somebody else going to do this? And not only that, but when they're drawing and so forth, you want to make sure that instead of everyone nodding off and spilling their coffee, you get a wow moment. I actually had a whole room of people, when I flashed up this PowerPoint slide of my whiteboard, they all just went, wow! And I was at another company's presentation. We were presenting together. So it wasn't even people I knew. And I was just going, oh, there might be something to this. So I decided that I was going to practice and practice and practice and do more of this. And I dug into sketch notes because there was a lot of history and books out there on sketch notes and graphic facilitation. And there were apps you could draw on your iPad with those. But there wasn't anything to teach you how to draw. It just said, good luck with that. Figure it out. It's not that hard. What? If it's not that hard, okay, that's not a problem. But for someone who can't draw or convert what you're thinking into something you're drawing, it's impossible. You just can't break it. So I went, I know how to do apps, mostly. So I went and designed the screens for this and the wish list. And I got to a certain point and went, okay, I don't know how to write JavaScript. Instead of drawing, it was JavaScript. I could go from 0 to something, but couldn't get any further. So that's when I said, all right, that's it. I need someone that's their backyard. So between the vision I had with design and Terry's background with the JavaScript, we came up with an app that I believe will solve a lot of problems. So that was one piece of it.